We managed to capture another participant and actually one of the unorganizers here at the DoCamp or BarCamp. Thanks for joining us. Maybe you can introduce yourself first.
Hi, I'm Kedar, and this is my second BarCamp that I'm attending as a participant and unorganizing. It's been fun. I hope some of you are either here or you're watching online. Thank you for participating.
I should add that you go by Floater.
Yes, that is
Floater.
Yes, and I've got my little glider here too.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that if you show up here to DoCamp you can do. You can build your own little Lego model.
Oh no, it's falling apart. All right, we'll leave it for later.
So yeah, we're at DoCamp, also or previously known as BarCamp. So for this time, what did you guys decide to change name?
Actually, BarCamp, as the sort of concept exists, it's just a style of an event. So it's an event that is unorganized. It can hold a diverse range of sessions, and we said, why don't we give this one a theme around actually implementation or action over just discussion, because we've had a lot of sessions over the last year in many different forums and venues where a lot of speakers have spoken, there has been discussion, conversation, but very little around actually co-creation and working together to make things happen. And we were wondering if we could have a BarCamp styled event around action and creating something. Like there's a session today on creating music together, and we're down to our third track at the moment, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll have an album which comes out of the whole day.
Be a bestseller.
Yeah, yeah, why not? Yeah,
of
at least
course.
in the community, everyone will listen to it or subscribe to it.
You said that this is an unorganized event. So what does that mean, unorganized? We understand what an organized event is, but what is an unorganized event?
It's almost like which is a conference that you would find where the organizer is sitting during the conference building Lego blocks like every other participant. And I think that's the sort of, it's so organic that the participants let the conference run on their own as opposed to being instructed when a session starts, when does it finish, you only have so much time, or which speaker gets more importance than another. And even which topic gets selected over another is chosen by the participants themselves, rather than by a supposedly expert panel of conference organizers who think that this conference should only have A, B, C, D topics, as opposed to what the people want to hear. So it's more about a conference that people want to have for themselves, rather than one that the organizers decide.
Doesn't that also mean that you can't just come and sit quietly by? You have to actually participate,
Yes.
have an opinion about things and discuss things to get any value out of being here at DoCamp.
True, true, true. So the other thing, it mentions very nicely in one of the rules of BarCamp, which is sort of ripped off from Fight Club, and it says no tourists allowed at BarCamp, and if you and you will speak about BarCamp and you will share at BarCamp, and if you come, please come prepared and to share it with other people, and if you leave, please be prepared to share it with the world. And I think that's sort of the what people are getting out during the day. And I think even for an unorganizer, I don't know half the speakers today, and I've met them for the first time. And it's been such an awesome learning experience, because there's been right from the morning session on creating social change through redistribution of wealth. And there were so many different perspectives in a city where you would think, like Dubai, where you would think everyone's so worried about making money and leaving the country. And you would rarely think about topics like redistribution of wealth being spoken here. And there were some very passionate topics or sessions or comments there around the issue, and I thought it was refreshing to start off the day with redistribution of wealth in Dubai.
We are now a little bit over halfway through the day of DoCamp.
Yes.
So how's it gone so far?
Well, like any unorganized event, it's been a little chaotic. We've had a few delays here and there. Sessions haven't begun on time, and But then I think everyone's accommodative and everyone's quite understanding with each other, because they all know that if a session goes on for longer, which means they're more interested in it, and it's not because the speaker is talking endlessly, it's because the participants are speaking or discussing it endlessly, and which is a good thing.
Yeah, you were a part of the first BarCamp
Yeah.
Last year. So what kind of things did you think about improving or changing, I should say, from the first one to the second one? What kind of things did you focus on this time to not organize?
Last time we had a cap on the number of sessions. Because, last time we had a smaller venue, and so we said we're going to have only, I think it was 12 last year. So we had a fixed number of sessions, and we knew that we were only going to have so many. And this time we said we'll allow as many sessions to flow in. We're not going to decide that the day should only have 12 sessions. And so we've ended up today with 15 sessions, and the last session came in even after the deadline for session entries was closed, because for whatever reason people want to talk, and if the community decides that the session should be held, it should be held. There's no reason not to give them an opportunity. And who are we to say that they shouldn't speak?
Sure.
So we've got 15 sessions packed in a day, which is hard. We've already had some issues with delays of one session because she turned up late, because it was our fault that we rescheduled it yesterday. But nevertheless, all in good spirit, and there are other session leaders who are accommodating and cutting their sessions by 15 minutes so that this session can be held even though it's late. So I like the spirit that no one seems to be owning this whole space and time, and it belongs to everyone, and we all sort of blend in.
It's a community.
Yes.
Community.
Yeah. And it wouldn't matter whether it was held here in Dubai Knowledge Village or somewhere else. I think it's the people here today who are making it happen.
These are very nice facilities, though, I should
Yes,
say.
they are.
Very nice facilities, and they fit the purpose, I think, very well.
We've been very lucky this year in comparison to last year, so that's another improvement. So last year we had 2 small rooms in Dubai Internet City, one of the buildings, I think the IBM building, if I'm not sure, and a very, very small room. And based on the participation last year, Dubai Internet City has been very kind this year and said, you can have an extra room also. So we've got 4 rooms now with additional hands to help us even organize the day before and set up. And yeah, it's been quite nice, and they've been very, very supportive.
And do you already now have some, assuming there will be another DoCamp or BarCamp again, maybe later this year or next year, whenever, do you already now have some ideas of what you would want to change or improve?
I think one of the things that in this, first of all, I think I wouldn't want to be an organizer again. I'll tell you why. Because I'd like BarCamp to be one that springs up everywhere, and there are many, many of those, and I can't be involved in all of them. And having said that, all these many BarCamps that happen, I'd like them to become more niche and more focused on issues that smaller groups of people are more passionate about. So you could have a BarCamp around education, for instance, or you could have a BarCamp around purely technology-related stuff, or you could have a BarCamp on say healthcare issues, or you could have a BarCamp around foodies who want to meet and discuss food. So I'd like to see more focused, niche, smaller communities of groups coming together and sharing and learning from each other.
Okay.
I mean, diversity is good, but even the level of detail in niche subjects is also important.
Kind of following up on that, how big should a DoCamp or BarCamp be? Is the size we have now good, or can it be bigger, or?
I think it's the learning that you get out of it that is more important than the number of people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in a typical conference you would want to have 800, 1,000 people, and you barely meet each one of them and barely interact with each one of them. Here I think the best thing is that everyone leaving here hopefully would have met every other person and shared more than just a business card.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Good luck
you.
with the rest of the day.
Thank you.